it right up top. So it is wonderful to see everyone here. July 26th. Has this month flown by for you all or what?
Good morning, Mark. How are you? My life has been busy this past week, and I just moments ago looked at the calendar. What day is it? And a couple of days from now, August 1st, over half the year over. Happy Friday to you. How's your world, Mark?
About to get my drink of coffee I just made. It's wonderful. I am greeting everyone with love and with um, regard, high positive regard, especially my co-host Greg and Nick. It's been a minute. Nick, this podcast has been going on for 1 year, almost soon, next week or after,
Isn't
a
Wow.
that
couple weeks afterwards.
amazing? Isn't that amazing? It's and I think our first episodes, I started getting those memories recently where we had different guests, as we started our journey together. It's just so cool to see the progress we've made and the fact that people associate us with encouragement, with the word encouragement, we come to their mind. That's incredible to be associated with a word that's so positive, that's so powerful. When we hear encouragement, the word itself kind of it picks us up. And I'm so glad that for over a year now, we have been able to give that encouragement to people from all over the world, not just in the US, not just in Russia, but all around the world. We hear from our viewers, we see comments, you know, and what started out as a journey to write a small book together that could help someone out has almost turned into a movement of encouragement. So let's keep moving in this next year. Let's keep expanding and growing and changing the world, inspiring others to change their approach. That's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Well,
I, I,
thank you.
gentlemen, would like to introduce you to a little city in Ohio called Rutland, and could be a movie set for the book that you wrote, that they've been living this encouragement life as a small little village church for about, I don't know, this pastor's been here 3 years, the church has been here 70. And here's the story. A week ago, a pastor's mother passes away. I get called to fill in for a Sunday. Absolutely, we're there. So we get out there and we go past the. If you ever been to a Bob Evans restaurant, the real pictures on the wall is a real picture of the county we pass through right as we pull into Rutland. The hill and the dale, and the cows and everywhere. We thought really we were on the wrong country road. One way in, one way out. Then we pulled along a straight stretch and it's Rutland. It begins with a Family Dollar and a railroad track, and it ends with a Dollar General on the end with a way out of town, about a 5 mile strip, 600 people population, broken Appalachian, poverty stricken ghost town, except for the church of the Nazarene that are there. They've taken their entire church, the picture collage I sent to Mark and to Nick to view. I wish you could see it. It looks like I'm inside of a decorated Sunday school room. They did their entire church auditorium, hallway, fellowship hall, and every church teaching room that way. And it was their theme to bring in all the children and adults in their area for a vacation Bible school this past week. And they set stellar numbers by encouraging people. The theme was Jonah in the belly of the whale, cartoon fashion, food and entertainment by the kids or whoever wanted to come, 8 hours a day for 5 days, over 100 kids and families every day. What did they do on this Saturday after an exhausting week? They gave away clothes. This is what they do since this pastor's been there for 3 years. And he himself is from a little broken town in Hot Springs, Arkansas. And he was going out of town to say burial services for his mother. How encouraged were we? We took pictures. My wife is a retired school teacher of 30 years. She stopped. She said, "We're in the wrong place." And every room was happy and encouraging and a time to escape. People could come in from their poverty and be at a Disney moment and stay there as long as they wanted. I I did not get emotional, but I had an hour to walk around and get in the theme, and then the message I was bringing, well before I got there and saw the setting or knew the crisis, was how to be encouraged and have peace after the storm of life. It was. I wish you could be there. Unbelievable show, but it's not a show; it's a church, and that's what they do every day. It's not just Sunday, but Monday and Tuesday. And I thought you'd like to hear that. People really get encouragement. What a powerful, powerful setting it is in that little village. Unbelievable. 600
Absolutely.
people, if you could draw 10 or 12% of your entire population to your cause daily, how impactful are you? They are changing their world. Absolutely.
Thank you for sharing that,
Yeah,
Greg. That's
unbelievable.
encouraging. So maybe we can go and be mayors of this town, all joint mayors there in Ohio, and lead the village of encouragement.
Well, I did that very thing. I took pictures, I sent a podcast, the board secretary, the pastor himself, and everything. Some will be joining in, some will be stories I'll speak with you guys about that you need to have them as guests. They're willing to, and they're now Facebook friends, and they'll be watching. Some are watching today.
That's awesome. Mark, over where you are right now, do you see intentional encouragement happening in the communities there? What's the mindset around the world right now?
Oh, things are happening. Things are happening. And there's so many. And, the only thing that is constant is change. This is what I heard when I first went to college in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, King's College for my undergrad. I met this tall, lanky
You lived in
student.
Wilkes-Barre?
That's where I went, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania.
I used to work in we just found a connection there.
Are you
Wow.
kidding me, Nick?
No, no, no. When
Are
I
you
worked at Steinway, one of our stores was in Wilkes-Barre. It was only I was located in State College. You go out to Williamsport and then Wilkes-Barre. That was definitely and in fact, NTV recorded a segment there that I got to be part of with a music store in Wilkes-Barre.
I
Robert,
cannot believe it. When was this?
this would have been 2005 or so.
2005. That's
About
when I
20 years. I'm dating myself there. About 20 years ago.
No, that's I've been there since 95 to 2002.
Okay,
2002.
so we missed each other just a
Just
bit, but
just
that's so
just a little bit,
cool.
but
Wow.
this is just want to underscore. I think we're a lot more connected than we ever give ourselves credit for, or even we realize. Like you said, that small village somewhere in Ohio on the road that, sometimes is maybe forgotten or not well traveled. But I say it doesn't matter where you're from. I think what matters is what you do, right? Is what you do and the people you connect with and people you inspire. And I have seen this throughout the world. I mean, truly throughout the world. You can be like from the smallest village possible, but you can make such big changes for people around you. So it doesn't matter where you're from. It does not. So let's not let it hold you back for anything, because I'm from a small village and I'm traveling the world. I moved this week again, and it's always an exciting adventure. And it's I'm very blessed and I'm very grateful. And I just want to say, it doesn't matter where you're from. What matters is what you do.
What's the
There's no
old phrase? Bloom where you're planted. This could not be more true than in your communities. Often we see that the green grass is over there, right?
It's here.
Fertilize your own. Fertilize your own. For real. Take the crap, put it in, and it will grow.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did you say the organic matter that you use? Is that what you used?
That's what I said. That's exactly what I said using your language.
You,
Yes, you
use,
interpreted that well, sir.
you use the 100% organic matter that enhances the growth.
That's it. And so often that's what I see. People are unhappy in their career. People are unhappy with this. They're unhappy with that. And if you let them go through their list of grievances, they're just unhappy. And they don't realize that changing their career isn't going to change their mindset. They don't realize that changing their location isn't going to change where they're located in their mindset. And they're going to continue to go through those same cycles of emotion. They're going to continue to go through those same cycles of just that arduous, tumultuous, all these good adjectives times where if they would just sit back, evaluate themselves instead of everything around themselves. And so often with me, that's what I have to do. I have to sit back, I have to sit down, and I have to realize, yeah, I would maybe like this to be different or that to be different, but often it's not because of me, because I haven't made those actions. I want the art of encouragement. I want us to be bigger at this point. Why are we not? A lot of times because I haven't done things I needed to do to make that happen. And that's just that honesty, that candid honesty that we can have with ourselves and with our small group like this is what allows us to say, yep, there it is. So what are you going to do about it? You don't need drastic changes to have a different life experience. You don't need to move. You don't need to have a completely different education path and career. You just got to open your mind, open your heart, see people, see yourself, begin loving yourself and looking at yourself, both who you are today and who you were in different stages, and being nice to that person. Be nice to yourself. If you want to encourage other people, encourage yourself today. And it's often, it's true that we are often our toughest critic. You guys agree with that?
Sure.
I think I'm a joke half the time. I don't know why why would people want to hear my piano? Why, and you can go through all of those cycles, and at the end of the day, it's not going with how we feel.
I find that to be true ever. It's never how you feel. If it's common knowledge. If anyone would look up their favorite speaker and see behind their life or entertainer or whatever, you'll find that they were afraid of getting on stage. Celine Dion, this stuck in my head from years ago. She used to be all these Vegas shows. She would almost have to almost daily take Dramamine, or she would vomit behind stage before coming on stage. But once she got into her beauty of singing, of course, you know who she is. And we always are our toughest critic. And I'm certainly no exception to that. So I go out Sunday on an emergency run to be encouraged to help out over there, have the time of my life, come back and ask for another emergency to fill in to teach Facebook Live Bible study for a pastor who's just busy, and I got to fit in, take your where do you bloom, where you're planted, just fit in short notice. And then just 2 hours ago, a friend of mine that leads recovery hugely in Southern Ohio for many different groups. I want to put him out there. His name is Jesse James. It's not a joke. His name is Jesse James. and iconic in our area for starting and planning AA and NA and Celebrate Recovery groups. Had a bad motorcycle accident for a week ago. About the time I'm doing these things, his life is crashing. Uh, Busted ribs, separated hip, separated shoulder, rehab, and he posted this morning. In case you need this today, Greg, you are not a failure. You're not a waste of space. You are loved. You are wanted. I believe in you. You got this. Just sharing, trying to encourage him what I've been doing. And then I found out he's all busted up. He posted that. So that is a focus on who we are and where we can go and not how we're feeling. Because I didn't ask him how he's feeling. I just sent love back. But that's all part of the energy cycle of encouragement. Um, you will be surprised that when a hurting person, clearly he is physically, still remembers the friendship and the things you shared, and he's just moping along. Pray that I get a good rehab. I'm working the best I can, trying to walk. Have a nice day. Well, have a nice day. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome from Jesse James, the guy who obviously believes in the core principles of not your ability, but why you're here, what you're doing, and how he got here. He didn't do anything, as Nick said. Got in an accident. He was hit. He's alive. He's well. So I come back to offer to Mark focus on the thing of the halves, as Nick distinguished comparison. And that's simply what Jesse's doing. And it makes me look fresh, new again. I even shaved because you guys were looking far too much younger than me. And you are, but I got to kind of keep that gap
We
closer.
can't help that. We can't help. We can't. You know. But we encourage you on your journey of wealth. No, I'm just joking. We
And here it is.
Mark and I, we can't help. We look so good, but somebody's.
No, you cannot. New shirt.
Oh, I'm messing. But you know, Jesse, if you're watching this today, we appreciate you and we see you right now. And we thank you for encouraging our friend Greg today. And as you keep on encouraging others in this time, probably of crisis, of pain, just know that we appreciate you. We see that you're spreading hope. We see that you're inspiring change because instead of just focusing on, oh, I'm so sick or, oh, I'm hurting, you're saying, go for it. And sometimes when we're on the sidelines, and I've been on the sidelines this summer, guys, you know that it has been rough. And one week I just didn't feel like making it at all. Sometimes there are those times when we're on the sidelines, but Jesse's given us a model of what we do when we're on the sidelines. Keep supporting those folks that are out there. They're going because everyone needs a cheerleader. That's what encouragement is. It's cheering people on, especially when times are tough. You ever notice when times get tough or you're going through things, all those people you're typically talking to, they're just nowhere? Have you ever encountered that? So good for you, Greg, and good for you, Jesse, that y'all are staying connected there. Good job.
Thanks.
Mark, what do you have up? What's your next thing that you're working on? You're always working with people, inspiring me to do, to go deeper and farther. What are you working on these days, buddy?
There's great things that I'll be sharing with you, Nick, in another venue. But something to release is, just been working with the generative generative AI. And yes, I need to shave. I haven't shaved in a week. I moved my location, so I haven't had a chance or time to shave at all. But I promise I'll do it. But yes, I've been working on implementing AI into business processes, teaching others, learning new and very innovative strategies, how to implement, connect, and sync AI technologies to the businesses that I'm helping and running and consulting with. So that's been taking a lot of my time and working with a few startups as well that are in that field in um, content creation, course building, lead generation, all using AI technologies. So it's very exciting. And it's something that we can use as well here at the Art of Encouragement. We can,
Aren't you
well, I'll be
afraid of
talking.
AI? Is
What?
it gonna isn't it gonna come over and take over the world and kill us all?
I don't know. I'm not a prophet in that, but anything can happen. I'm not saying it will or it won't or when it will happen. We all seen the Terminator movies, right? We all seen the Terminator movies, the T1, the T2, and the John Connor. So, let's just ride the wave and see how it goes. I think one of the things I've been learning is you have to remain human in the loop, remain human in the loop. If you just let go, and I think we're at the very early stage of what is happening. This is
Absolutely.
so nascent, so neophyte for us, even and for the technology. So we're still kind of, like when you go to the dance when younger and you're asking this girl out or whoever, a little bit shy. So I think AI is a little bit shy and humans are a little bit shy. But I think once we get dancing, we can create some beautiful movements and music together.
I really like the way you described AI there because you're exactly right. We are in the early wild, wild west days of AI. That being said, there's so many regulations. People think it's unregulated. There are regulations all over it already because of the capacity it has. And what you said there, everyone's a little gun shy to really go all the way in. I'm excited for that day. I truly am. And the last point you made, I think is the strongest, and that's the human element. AI cannot exist without the human element. It cannot create the specific generation without your input, without you asking it specifically. And the more details that you can give, you can say, go search here, go. You can be so directive with it, even with the cheap ones like Chat GPT and all that. It even those have a lot of function. And those are available. If you're afraid of something, get to know it. If you're so afraid of AI, try it.
Yeah.
Don't be those people. I encourage you,
I,
don't be flat earthers. Thank you.
I,
And listen,
well,
and listening, a
The earth is
timeline,
not flat. The earth is not flat.
and we've been around it. Take a cruise, you'll see it each and every me. A timeline of my life came by as you guys were talking about this very subject. Y2K. What was that? The end of the world. Where was
It
I?
was for me. Hey, the on December 31st, 1999, I had my wisdom teeth removed. And I'll tell you, that was one of the best evenings of my life. I didn't feel a thing when the world ended.
Y2K. The world's going to end. I was at the early stages of a never ending combined life sentence in a prison. And I thought, good. I was so negative. So you could be like that, be so negative and think, good, because that's I don't care, because you can't control it. And a very negative analogy, but we lived past that fear, right? And then 9/11, even an attack, we lived, that's not the end. We lived past that. And then MySpace, the best communication tree. Heard of a guy named Mark with Facebook, and then Apple and all the other things in different orders. And I'm afraid of that. Afraid of my flip phone until I got the next phone and then the smartphone. So it teaches us everything we need to know about humanity. We engage the fear, we live through it, even if we don't understand it, take it as it comes, and you're going to like some part of it. That I promise you. That's called enjoying life. And that'll be no different, I think.
Absolutely. And because we are a global podcast, I would like to just comment for a fact that the Olympics started today in France.
Today, yes.
And I don't know if you saw the news of what happened ahead of time, but more than 850,000 people have been displaced on their traveling journey because of strategic arsonists placing fire and causing panic for these travelers. As we spread hope, as we inspire change, we want to eliminate hate.
And,
Hate has no place on this in our world. And as we are being intentional about encouragement, about spreading positivity, joy, I feel that we would be amiss not to mention that today and bring just awareness to it and how to process it. When those events happen, like we are experiencing today around the world, where the events are inspired by hate to create fear, how we respond matters. Are we going to allow them to win and go home? No. Keep going. Don't give negative people, those filled with hate, racism, injustice, anyone that wants to separate, and anyone that is actively seeking to destroy any peace. Keep going. Keep going. And don't allow it to make you afraid to trust people. Don't allow that to make you afraid to love people, because you might love one of those people that would have been involved with something like this and inspired them to change. Keep being the change we need in this world. Keep loving, keep encouraging, and let's keep inspiring the world to change. Thank you so much for joining us today. It is 10:30. We are out of time for another amazing episode of The Art of Encouragement. I love you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Mark, it's always good connecting with you. I know that you're not available to be on right this second, but Greg, thank you for being you. Thank you for always being authentic, for sharing your journeys and experiences, and being part of our team. We've got a nice little trio here, and it's awesome that you're part of it. So
back at you and double ditto. Love you guys. Have a great week. Enjoy the Olympics. We'll talk about it next week. We'll see you.
and we'll see you right here next week, 10 a.m. Don't be late.